Hello friends! The Nissan Teana was equipped with 3 gasoline aspirated engines. 2 of them had a volume of 2.5 liters, but differed in their block design. QR25DE with 167 horsepower was a straight 4, and VQ25DE 182 to 185 horsepower was a V-shaped 6. The flagship 3.5-liter V6, designated VQ35DE, developed 249 horsepower. All motors demonstrate exemplary reliability without showing weaknesses. The gas distribution mechanism is driven by a chain, which, as a rule, does not require attention. Paired with engines is a Jatco CVT, with 2.5-liter engines JF011E and with 3.5-liter engines JF010E. The variator is very capricious and needs regular oil updates, at least once every 50 to 60,000 kilometers. There are cases when careful operation coupled with regular maintenance made it possible to drive almost 400,000 kilometers before the first repair. However, after 150,000 kilometers, the likelihood of CVT failure increases significantly. A harbinger of trouble will be jerks or twitches. Weak points are the belt, solenoids, valve body, and oil pump pressure reducing valve. The differential and bearings can fail. It is worth noting that the variator of models with a 3.5-liter engine is much more durable and, as a rule, arrives for repairs much later. There are also all-wheel drive models on the market which were equipped with a 4-cylinder QR25DE engine and a CVT. The proprietary all-wheel drive system, all-mode 4x4, under normal conditions transfers most of the traction to the front wheels. The rear wheels are connected by electronic command. For special cases, a mode of forced blocking of the interaxle clutch is provided, when the thrust is distributed along the axes in a ratio of 50-50. Serious problems with the transmission have not yet been encountered, unless rare cases of system failures due to damage to the protective corrugation of the electrical harness and subsequent moisture ingress. The suspension of the Nissan Teana has a high smoothness. McPherson struts at the front and a multi-link setup at the rear filter out road bumps well. True, the soft suspension settings make the body roll heavily in corners. The front suspension is not durable. Wheel bearings are the first to be handed over after 60 to 100,000 kilometers. They change in assembly with the hub. Rear wheel bearings run longer, more than 150 to 200,000 kilometers. The resource of the front shock absorbers is about 100 to 150,000 kilometers. The rear racks last a little longer. Next, the front suspension arms may be asked. The silent blocks wear out. The rear suspension arms are much more durable. After 50 to 100,000 kilometers, the rear springs noticeably lose their former elasticity and the feed sags. The disadvantage significantly reduces the already low ground clearance. New springs don't last long. Many people try to eliminate the flaw by installing spacers. On some instances, the destruction of the rear anti-roll bar was encountered. The steering rack may leak or knock after 100 to 150,000 kilometers. A knock can also be emitted by a cross at the bottom of the steering shaft. Sometimes, after 60 to 120,000 kilometers, the power steering pump began to drive oil. More often, the disease occurred in winter. The high-pressure hose may also leak. The body is not prone to corrosion, however. With the elimination of chips, it is better not to pull. The paintwork is not very good quality. Often, after 2 to 3 years, swelling of the paint on the hood and trunk was observed. The owners were forced to repaint damaged items under warranty or at their own expense. Sometimes the chrome-plated exterior trim elements quickly deteriorated. Over time, the front panel begins to creak in the cabin and sometimes other interior details. Despite a decent appearance, the leather upholstery of the seats, steering wheel, and gear selector is not durable. Scuffs may appear after 30 to 70,000 kilometers. Some owners complain about the longitudinal play of the driver's seat. The rubber gasket wears out, or the gears in the seat drive brake. The heater fan motor is located before the filter. As a result, debris gets on it and it starts to make a loud noise. To make the noise disappear, it is enough to take out the motor and remove all the debris, leaves and needles. And sometimes it is not clear where a piece of sealant has fallen out. The motor drive of one of the dampers of the air conditioning system can also make extraneous sounds. It starts buzzing or grinding. Lubricating the motor does not always help. More often than not, it is already worn out. However, you can find a new motor and replace only it. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.